If God's been speaking to you about the wealth transfer, then I am sure you are aware of digital assets being one of the ways that God is going to bless his people and going to cause the wealth of the wicked to end up in the hands of the righteous, and how he was going to he's causing this wealth transfer to take place in these end times. And so recently we had a spike in Shiba, and Shiba is one of the assets that the Lord has told me and many other prophets that he was going to bless and to invest in. And so I've been invested in for a while, and I've had my sell orders sitting for quite a while, and I've not seen anything come of it. But recently there was a recent spike in Shiba, and I made my first sell order and my first gains. And so that was super exciting, because although I didn't make much, I know that that was just God's way of saying the dam is about to burst, essentially. Right. And so I was just so excited, because I know he's preparing to release so much more. Okay. And this is just a sign of what's to come. But today I decided to look up the number. I made a profit of $48.75 from my Shiba sell orders and the recent spike. And I looked up 48.75 in the Strong's Concordance, and I found it very interesting what it meant and what it led me to. It means to lie down to rest, to be refreshed in the spirit. And it also says to properly pause together when people enjoy God's unique rest together, which only results from first fighting God's battles in the unity of the Spirit. It only occurs in Romans 15:32 in reference to the Roman Christians coming alongside Paul to struggle together against those opposing his important mission to help the suffering saints in Jerusalem. So it's really talking about, waging war, standing together in unity, fighting against, opposition, and really fighting to help the people of God. And I can't think of a better description of what we've all been experiencing so heavily lately. It's been so much warfare thrown at us, so much that we've had to speak up about, and really standing firm and standing strong for the things of God and for the people of God. And so I just felt like that was just so fitting. But God was saying through this number that it is time to lie down and rest. It is time to be refreshed in the spirit. We've been warring, we've been fighting, we've been faithful, we've been pressing, but now God is releasing rest. He's releasing the finances we need to be refreshed in the spirit and to rest. And this Strong Concordance number also referenced Matthew chapter 13, verse 33. And that verse, Matthew 13:33, is a parable. And it says this: he told them still another parable. Jesus told them still another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast that a woman took and mixed into about 60 pounds of flour until it worked all through the dough. So I looked into what this parable meant and came across this. Jesus compares the kingdom of heaven to the leaven, the agent that causes the flour to grow into abundant bread. Again, Jesus' description of the kingdom of heaven as a small thing that grows over time would not have fit the expectations most Israelites held for the promised kingdom. So this just is so fitting to everything, and the message that God is giving is that this little thing, this Shiba, bought it less. It cost less than a penny. Okay, it's still under a penny to buy. I don't know what my lowest sell order was, but it hit, and it had to be like 0.0000 like 2 cents or something like that. It was very low. So this little coin that cost essentially nothing to invest in is going to grow and increase and cause abundant bread to come upon the people of God. This is what that parable is talking about. The agent that causes the flour to grow into abundant bread and increase the kingdom of heaven. So I just found this so fascinating that the profits that I made from the first hit of my Sheba sales was $48.75, and it led me to all these messages that just confirm what God is doing and what God told me he was doing, that this was a sign that the dam is about to break, that the abundance is about to overflow, that the wealth is about to be placed in the hands of his people, and it's going to cause them to be able to get rest and to finally have some relief from all the toiling and the warfare and the plowing and the everything we've been doing, the preparation, everything we've been doing and facing and standing in the midst of opposition, exhausted, but strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. And now we are about to celebrate. We are about to lie down and rest and be refreshed. And we are about to receive bread from heaven, abundant bread that is going to allow us to grow the kingdom of heaven in amazing ways. And so I just want to encourage you. This is not financial advice, but Sheba is still very cheap to buy. I am using Coinbase personally. That's where I have been led by God to purchase my Sheba and to make my sell orders. And I didn't request a debit card from Coinbase. They just so happened to send me one. I got one in the mail one day without requesting it. And I knew that was just further confirmation from God that he was setting me up. Because again, I don't really know much at all about all this. But the Lord, by his Spirit, when we humble ourselves, he will give us wisdom that we would not have otherwise. And so Coinbase sent me a debit card in the mail. I activated that debit card. And so the good thing about that debit card is whenever your sell orders go through and you make profits, it automatically deposits into your Coinbase debit card. So I immediately had the profits off of my sell order. And as soon as this coin continues to rise in price, more and more is going to come onto my debit card. So that's what I'm doing. This is not financial advice, but this is what the Lord has told me to do. This is what I feel comfortable with and feel is wise for me to do. And so do with it, this information, what you will. But I pray that it blesses you. And seek the Lord. Seek the Lord and seek the Lord quickly, because it's happening now. It's happening now, people of God. Don't wait. It's happening now. Move quickly.